Time now for the Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.
Now let's turn to this Russia conspiracy narrative BS involving Brennan and Hillary Clinton. This is Jonathan Turley, number 78.
What was just released, in my view, undermined the testimony of people like John Brennan. But what Radcliffe is talking about is exposing it all to show the public exactly what happened. This is the real Russian conspiracy. There wasn't a Russian collusion conspiracy, but there was a Russian conspiracy. It's when John Brennan went into Obama in 2016 and said, we just heard Hillary Clinton is going to come up with a Russian collusion claim to hit Trump in the election. And then months later, it was Brennan, according to these documents, who overruled his own staff to get this infamous dossier included in the intelligence.
Unbelievable. Not too surprisingly, Stephen Miller, not amused. Number 79.
Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Obama, Monaco, all conspired together, all worked together to try to sabotage, undermine, unravel the democratic institutions and structures of this country. The Russiagate hoax, the Russiagate conspiracy, and all of the assaults against our liberties that went with it, the pre-dawn raids, the handcuffing of innocent Americans, the espionage against President Trump's campaign and staff, the removal of his national security advisor, one fake indictment, one fake charge after another, the special counsel, all of it was a unrelenting attempt to overthrow the government the American people voted for. I cannot find words harsh enough to condemn the conduct of these conspirators, these insurrectionists.
As you know, I watch a lot of CNN and MSNBC, so you don't have to. And not too surprisingly, barely covering it at all. Never happened. Not unlike when Biden came into office, and I'm watching Fox News and Newsmax, and they're doing story after story after story about the large hordes of people coming into the country through the southern border. And then I switch over to CNN or MSNBC, and the only issue is, if they're not already talking about Trump in a negative way, how long will it be before they begin talking about Trump in a negative way, completely ignoring what was going on the borders? Which is why during one year when 2.5 million illegal aliens came into the country, and a pollster asked Americans how many people came into the country that year, the average answer was 250,000. They were wrong by a factor of 10 because they just did not know it, because their large source of news, still left-wing, didn't cover it at all or undercovered it. Same thing here. The Steele dossier was fake. The reason Hillary did it was to take heat off of her for the email scandal that threatened to torpedo her race for president. Everybody thought she was going to win. And if Trump had not won this time, we would know absolutely nothing about any of all of this. If Elon Musk did not buy Twitter, now it's called X, we would not have known about the suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop story. This should be scaring to all people, even if they hate Donald Trump's guts, what they did to this man. Why? Because they don't like his tweets? Because he brags? Because he insults people? Why? There was never any evidence he was in bed with the Russians. And then when he won, well, how could he possibly have won but for the fact that the Russians must have done something to get him in office? To the point where 66% of Democrats believe the Russians, quote, change vote tallies, close quote, to elect Donald Trump. Doesn't matter that Jay Johnson, Obama's DHS secretary, testified under oath. The Russians tried, but they failed to change a single vote tally, not one. Yet 2/3 of Democrats believe the Russians, quote, change vote tallies, close quote, to elect Donald Trump, according to a YouGov poll in 2018. Are you serious? And 76% of Democrats believe there was widespread voter fraud in 2016 to elect Donald Trump. A greater percentage of Democrats believe there was voter fraud in 2016 than Republicans feel that way about 2020. Yet nobody accuses them of undermining the integrity of our democracy. Nobody accuses them of peddling conspiracy theories.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with the Salem News Channel and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This has been The Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.